This is Wade, and you are in Wade World. Today, we're gonna have a right versus left debate on feminism. And Wade will be the right, and Wade will be the left. So, welcome. We'll have opening statements from the right. If you are on the right, depending on how hard your journey is, we're going to say this is the right that is in accordance with reality. This is what we say. Feminism has been invented by weak, girly men. It is a weak, girly strategy to destroy the nuclear family, take power away from strong, capable, masculine men, and destroy the civilizations and countries. It destroys the best years of a girl's life where she has the highest value, which is a reproductive value, regardless of what you might believe. Girls are not as competent, as capable, as level headed, as emotionally controlled in any area as men are. The best nature of girls comes out when they are homemakers, mothers, daughters, sisters, grandmothers, and the glue that holds the family together. Feminism pushes equality for absolutely unequal sexes because men are better than women in every single way that counts in this or the other world. However, feminism also poisons the mind of young men by giving them the illusion that girls are the same as them, thereby excusing societally destructive behavior, confusing a lot of men. Also, feminism is just not progressive at all, it is regressive and it sets civilization back to tribalism because tribalism is low IQ civilization that is run by feelings and emotions. It's made up of psychologically girly men and dominated by girls, regardless of how strong you might be. Those are the right's opening statements. The left will be here in just a second. The left is always late and very, very lame. All righty. Don't know if we're to do the voice for the left, but seems like it will be fine. So that was horrible. That man is sexist. He hates women, misogynist. Let me look up what my teachers have told me to say about him. Hmm. He hates women, he's sexist, he probably hates homosexual and queer people, just a horrible, horrible person. Of course, girls are equal to men. I would say they're better than men. You know, the world is dominated by girls today. There are many leaders of countries that are girls. More girls go to college, more girls get jobs. How dare you say they're unequal? This modern world would not exist without girls. That's hateful. You're hateful. You're a hateful person. And a girl can do anything a man does. And why should she waste her young years in making a family when she can have a family when she's older? Why should she have to settle down with one man when she can have multiple men? It's just hateful and backwards, and people like you are the reason the world is in trouble. I don't even want to debate this guy. He hates women. You hate women. Those are my closing statements, and I wish we weren't having this debate. Girl power. Response from the right. Say what you will, the left is very entertaining. All right, now that I've heard my opponent's arguments, first of all, just want to say this is what the left and girly men always do. They attack your character. My opponent didn't really dispute any of the facts that I presented. It was just an emotional outburst, like a 5-year-old kid who is fat and wants a lot of candy, and you're trying to keep them from destroying their health. called me a bunch of names, said a bunch of things. So I'm just going to say this is a low IQ, girly man. I'm not low IQ, you're shut up. Low IQ, girly, weak men think like girls, and girls overwhelmingly think like 5-year-olds. It's the sweetness of their nature as a mother, as a wife, that this childlike quality lightens the reality of the world for the man of the house, the leader of the house. But I'm going to address some points that the lefty was really speaking about. First of all, physically, regardless of all the Jewish movies you see, there is a massive difference in capability, physical strength between men and women. Now, if you're not from an English speaking or Western country, you would think this was obvious, but believe me, there are a lot of deluded people here that don't. There was a survey that really said it was like 99.8% of all men are stronger than all women, and the 0.2% that are not strong is like an 85-year-old dude who has arthritis and can barely walk and is in the shittiest of health is almost equal or could be beaten by some roided up weirdo, gigantic, fat, woman. So that's like, freakish exceptions. And that 85-year-old dude is probably not in the best of health. So physically dissimilar. Secondly, if you're talking about psychologically and emotionally stable, war is carried out by men. Physical combat is carried out by men. If you've ever been in a fight, if you are a fighter, if you're a veteran, if you're serving in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or any other special ops units, you understand the body might give up. It's the mind that keeps them going. So you don't only have to be physically superior to be able to neutralize the threat from your opponent, but you also have to be mentally very, very tough, very, very stable. You have to compartmentalize your emotions and keep them in a box when you're on a mission or when you're in the field or when you're fighting or when you're in a fight. You need to be able to control your emotions. You need to be able to psychologically handle getting defeated, or you need to be able to psychologically handle having an effective attack and stopping at the right time without going overboard. Psychologically, when I'm better than women. This is ridiculous. Thirdly, psychology also includes emotions. Men are emotionally more stable. Now, the thing is, a lot of the discussion and the shrillness you saw from the left was because they're brainwashed and they have incomplete data, and most of them are honestly weak, girly men, defective, and women who are basically like 5-year-olds. Hormonally, men rely majorly on testosterone and a little bit of estrogen. Women rely majorly on estrogen and a little bit of testosterone. This is the reason our emotional makeups and thought processes are so different. Psychologically, what this allows men to do is testosterone doesn't make you angry, it just makes you not care about minor things and focus. Estrogen, on the other hand, makes you extremely emotional and have up and down swings. Secondly, men don't have a monthly cycle. Men have like a daily cycle. They get up, testosterone highest in the morning, full of energy, gonna do this, gonna do that, go here, go there, and by the time, unless you're taking pro hormones or steroids, by the time you get to the evening, it's like your battery slowly comes down and then you want to go to sleep. You've also noticed as men that you have morning wood. No such thing called evening or night wood because the testosterone, gives you morning wood. Girls, on the other hand, are night creatures. This has basically been proven by many studies. Their testosterone and levels spike in the night. That's why all the nightclubs and all the girls that you meet in nightclubs, they hook up at night. Because in the morning, your energy as a man is up. Get up, go out, hunt. And in the evening, their libido is up because the man who's gone out hunting and brought back, now he's relaxed, he's tired, he's had his food, so now is the best time for her to jump on him and get him to jump on her and make a baby. So, all of the personality traits are psychological and hormonal in nature. So men are hormonally better and more stable psychologically. Thirdly, when it comes to competence, it's just a fact of nature that men have been designed for work and girls have been designed for childbirth. When men have been designed for work, you don't want a histrionic and emotional girl. Like I said, men have a daily cycle. Girls have a monthly cycle. That means their estrogen goes up until their ovulatory phase, because they're like, get out, get pregnant. If she doesn't get pregnant, it crashes, because you can see the body's disappointed. Like, oh, another month gone by and this dumb bitch, she's not pregnant. What the hell is she doing with her life? So this cycle leads to massive mood swing, and on a daily basis. And trust the reality that you will not understand how powerful hormones are in dictating your personality until you've either taken them or you have a crash due to some medicines. Maybe you're on SSRI or something that crashes the testosterone of the man. Get off them for a couple of months, and you literally feel like a new man, like a different man. You'll have more energy. You'll be attracted to more girls. Be more social. You want to talk, go out, do things. And the same for girls. Get off birth control, and you will feel a lot less anxiety. You will be attracted to stronger, more masculine men. Birth control is literally making you choose girly men. If that is not an indication that it has been invented by girly men 100%, then I don't know what is. So, if men are designed to work, their hormonal, biological, physical profile, psychological, and emotional profile is for being an optimum worker, planner, designer. If girls are designed for childbirth, their emotional, physical, psychological, and mental design is based on birthing children, rearing them as in young age, caring for them, and being social and keeping them together. Fourthly, and we can just stop here because I'm pretty sure the lefty has a lot of anger. I can see I can see him like really panicking right now and sweating profusely and gesticulating madly like a 5-year-old whose candy has been taken. So, fifthly, if you take men away from their roles and their nature, what will you get? You will get, if you're in computers, you will get a program that has been corrupted by a virus, so the program is acting up. If you take girls away from their nature and force them to be like men, they're very happy to be men in their teens and 20s, when in their mind, being a man is like go around, drink a lot, party, have sex with many, many men. They literally think like this. But they don't understand. That's not the man's reality. Our reality as men in our teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s is not just like go out and have fun. It also comes later on with responsibilities of having a family, providing for them, being a productive member of society, maybe going to war, risking your life to protect your civilization and your people. So girls want all the benefits of being a man without any of the responsibilities, which is literally a famous writer once said, how do you write women? That's simple, it's very easy. I just picture a man and take away all responsibility and accountability. But girls are designed to be monogamous. Men are not designed to be monogamous. It's a perfect example. Girls' highest levels of sexual interest and activity are in their teens and early 20s, because they're the most fertile. Their body literally telling them, go out and make a baby, go out and make a baby, go out and make a baby. Most people out there are so stupid that even nurses running that go into hospitals and help deliver pregnant women, they'll tell you that teenage girls or early 20s girls, they're the champions of recovering after birthing. Like they can give birth to a baby, bam, in a couple of days they're up and running because they're young. As any man knows who's in sports, being young, you heal faster, you recover faster, you can be up and around faster after anything, after an injury or whatever, or after a strenuous workout. As you grow older, it becomes more difficult, not only to get pregnant, but also to recover. Secondly, and this is going to be the final point to keep it short, as men, your testosterone levels, if you're living in a healthy country, eating healthy, non-GMO food, non-glyphosate, if you're not wearing polyester and other stuff, if you're not taking any medication that depresses your testosterone, it's pretty much going to be, and you exercise and you eat healthy. And I'm not saying you got to go to the gym, but exercise means at least some activity through the day. You could run, be active, play sports, doesn't matter. Your testosterone levels are just going to be pretty stable. Once puberty hits, it's going to be high and then just stabilize. And they're just going to be pretty stable with a slow decline until the day you die. And you can have children until the day you die, on your deathbed as a man. Sperm production doesn't stop. Girls, on the other hand, have a very short graph. When puberty hits, fertility through the roof, and then until 23, fertility very good. From 23 to 27, still decent, but there's a 10 to 15% decline. 27 to 30, that 15 becomes 20 to 25%. After 30, the decline is like a cliff crash. So, girls, become fertile, super fertile, fertility, 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 23, 27, you see how it's good, 30, off cliff. 35 is called geriatric pregnancy, and geriatric is like an 80-year-old person. That's 35. So you can imagine what 30 and 27 is. And you don't point an exception to one mom heard of baby Richie when 42. That stupid. Exceptions don't disprove the rule. This is a global rule. The population with the highest birth rates, regardless of race, always marry early, both the boy and the girl, and have children early. This is just nature. You can't fight it. Exceptions don't disprove the rule. And I'm saying that because there are exceptional people out there, but they're not enough to keep the population going. Just because you know someone who had a child at 40 as a woman doesn't mean that all women can have it. Most women can't. Most women have horrible problem having children after 26, 25, not 25, 35. And they have problems that keep mounting slowly after 25, 27, these 29, 30, 31, 32. So as a man, we have no limit on when we can have children. Girls, they have a very short, sharp limit. And healthy children is most important. And also, as research has shown, and this might be more research, masculine children, younger mothers, more boys. As they grow older, girls. Natural, girls, boys and girls are extremely important. But as women grow older, they will have more girls. This is just the nature of biology. So this is my statement, and I'll see how the lefty responds, if any more response is needed. But it's short and sweet, and I think we might be able to end here. Over to lefty.
You're such a horrible person. I can't believe you get you out of this day. I hate you. I can't even speak. Can't even speak. You horrible, hating haters. Oh my God, I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking right now. That person is so horrible. All he wants to do is turn women into baby machines. He's an evil man. All wars through history have been started by men. Men are horrible. How dare you say women are not strong? There are women in the military.
All right, I gotta bring this down because the lefty is getting too shrill.
Women in the military. Women in jobs and colleges. Women can do everything men can do, and now women can have children when they're older. My aunts, cousins, sisters, dogs, owner had a child at 41. And all the men I know are deadbeats and losers. I know I'm getting a little shrill, but you know, as a lefty, as a man, a lefty man, I empathize with women.
All right.
I really want that pussy. Give me that pussy, because I empathize with you so much. Aren't I a nice feminist? Give me the pussy, please. That's my rebuttal. You're a Haiti McHaterson. If I could kick you out of here, I would kick you out, you Haiti McHaterson. You are like the Taliban. You're living in like the dark ages. You know, this is crazy. You're telling all these hot girls that I'm trying to sleep with to go back to making babies instead of wasting the time in college. Wow. Wow. I hate you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's my rebuttal. I'm going home. Hopefully that cute girl will DM me.
All right, time for the right to be right once again. Coming back at ya. My closing statement. That's right. It's like the left they're evil because they are run by weak men, and weak men are like the worst aspects of females combined with the drive of men, but weaklings, coward, right? But they may give such unintentional humor, as you can imagine, and as you can see, it was all personal attacks, appeals to emotion, which is literally, if you're a weak man, or if you're just a strong man, or if you're any man, this has the exact parallel to debating a 5-year-old child. If you take away their chocolate because they're too fat and they might get that, they'll be like,
I hate you. You're an evil person. I'm a 5-year-old child. You hate children.
it's the same thing. It's designed to shut down discussion. So anyway, there was no response to any of my comments, but I'm going to finish off with this. One point that the lefty made was women are more in jobs, women are more in education. I'm going to address that and then finish off here. Women are in education right now because our education system is designed for girly men and women. Men who think like men, women. Why? For example, the GMAT is a great standardized test, but it doesn't reward you if you're a rocket scientist. It rewards you if you're a conniving little bitch. It's called verbal IQ. Verbal IQ is basically a girly men or Jewish. They're the highest verbal IQ, which basically means you're good at manipulating people. Our standardized tests are also geared towards girls. Our entire education system is geared toward girls because girls, they're very good at memorizing and vomiting what they memorized back. This is also the standard in India and China and all the other countries. They're not specifically high IQ, they're just good at memorizing, rote memorizing, and then vomiting it out on the test. Whereas men and boys are not interested in memorizing unless there is an actual practical application. For example, let's suppose you studied fluid dynamics in high school. Now, you would have no interest in fluid dynamics as a normal, horny teenage boy because it's a bunch of very advanced physics equations. However, if your teacher took you to a dam that generates hydroelectricity, then those of you who are interested in this might have been like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's humongous. It's water, it's spinning these things, generating electricity. And they said they had to design it a certain way. So how does fluid dynamics come into this picture? And then you might start reading and learning on your own because men learn spatially. Men have spatial IQ. Builders, creators of civilizations, creators of things, inventors of philosophy, thought, and actual material objects. Whereas girls are good at vomiting forth nonsense, even if they don't understand it. Now, as you grow up in a man that has more and more in an education system that is girly, you will disassociate from it. You will not be interested in going to college. And if you are interested in going to college, if you're a white man in a white nation, which right now white nations are under attack, specifically white men, then you will probably get passed over for a Jew, a Hindu, some black person, bunch of girls from all races except you as a white man not going to get in. So you're going to basically be dropped out, even though you're more competent than everybody else in all these groups. And then automatically you will have a bunch of girls getting useless degrees in gender studies, African American, native, blah, blah, blah studies. And then they'll be working at Starbucks and stripping for, if they're hot enough, they'll be stripping for dollars and end up childless, addicted to something or the other, homeless on the road at 40 or even at 30, 35. And some of these useless girls will be put in government jobs and other useless jobs because all the corporate jobs, most of them, 99% of corporate jobs and government jobs are absolutely useless, not needed, bullshit work made up to transfer wealth away from competent men to weak men. So, the fact that girls are getting more degrees, are in more colleges, and are getting more jobs, it's not that they're better, it's that it's the weak men who have pushed out the strong and capable men and put these idiots in positions of not really power or not really authority. They're basically puppets that do what they're told. Have you ever been to a government office? Now imagine it was staffed. Bureaucrats are pretty much universally disliked. Now imagine if it was staffed by low IQ emotional girls. Yeah. And in America, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Go to any DMV or government office. Most of these people don't really do any work. They're stupid, they're low IQ, they're very good at just following orders. They're like that creature in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, those ugly creatures who are like very bureaucratic, right? And they love this. They love this because girls do not understand hierarchy because they lack physical, psychological, and mental and emotional control to actually understand hierarchy and be a part of it. They're egalitarian, their hierarchies are constantly changing, shifting, and dynamic, and not really honest, out there, or capable of doing much. So that's that point of the lefty demolished, and I hope you learned something from this debate on the right versus the left. Maybe we'll have some more competent lefties next time. But until next time, my lefties run away crying. I thought I saw him chasing after this really fat girl with a mustache. So that's what you're up against. Until next time, Wade is back. This is Wade saying, keep it cool, keep it smart, and always enjoy.